gentlemen, and knights of the Nerd World Order. It's been a long time since I've given you a Nerd World Order spoiler-free review of a movie. But with Sonic the Hedgehog coming out this weekend, and all the controversy over the special effects, the skinny Sonic versus the new Sonic, what's up, my brother Joe? Joe Tawai back in the #1 spot as being the first person to log into this spoiler-free review. Your boy Joe. How you doing, Joe? Also, those of you who don't know, Joe and I do a podcast talking about all things nerdy. So if you have a chance, you can go to YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. You can type in hashtag I am N.W.O and listen to Joe and I talk about all things nerdy. But let's get back to this Nerd World Order spoiler-free review of Sonic the Hedgehog. So as nerds, there are 4 things that we look for in order to determine if a movie's going to be good or not. We got the acting, action, special effects, and finally, the story. Putting all 4 things together, you can get a possible 4 nerd flags for each one. So let's get into this Nerd World Order spoiler-free review of Sonic the Hedgehog. So let's start off with the acting. Now, I wasn't going into this movie expecting very much from the actors. Sonic the Hedgehog, come on, what are you going to deliver? Well, the main actor, who was James Marsden, along with Tina Sumter, who was the wife of the main character, did a great job of bringing Sonic to life. Now, Ben Schwartz, who was the voice of Sonic, actually made Sonic very likable, very relatable, but a lot of times when you watch a movie with special effects, which I'll get into in a little bit, you have to ask yourself, are these people going to play off of something that's basically not there? Tina did a great job, James did a great job, and Ben did a great job of bringing these interactions to life. So I really liked the 3 together, and there was some great acting. Now, of course, the big question would be about Mr. Jim Carrey, who hasn't given us a movie in a long time. Jim Carrey nailed it. Jim Carrey nailed it. Did a great job as Dr. Robotnik, because if you think about it, Dr. Robotnik is one of those characters that you can just play up and just do it exactly like it would be in the video game. He doesn't do that. He gives us a completely new perspective. He's really funny. He's reminiscent of other characters maybe you saw in Living Color or a few of his other movies, but he doesn't give us exactly those characters. Jim Carrey, let's see here, Tina Sumter, James Marsden, Ben Schwartz all deserve one very strong nerd flag in Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's move on to the action. So the action in Sonic the Hedgehog, surprisingly, was really good. It was really fun, and I have to say this, jumping over to the special effects a little bit, they do use the same special effects that you've seen in other movies where you have this character that runs really fast. However, they do it in a comedic way that really makes you enjoy the action. Dr. Robotnik's robots, big surprise there, were really cool, provided additional action. Dr. Robotnik, with his various vehicles and things of that nature, provided us with a lot of action. Great action in this movie, a lot better than I would expect. Is it going to be a lot of martial arts and flips and stuff like that? No. It's going to be a lot of fast running. But that fast running was a lot of good action. That's 2 nerd flags for Sonic the Hedgehog. Now let's move on to the special effects. It's a hit and a miss. Because are they, let's say, Industrial Light and Magic level special effects? No. Are they Marvel level special effects? No, which is ILM anyway. But they do deliver. Sonic looked like a computer-generated character, but what are they going to do? I mean, at the end of the day, when you look at a computer-generated character with no real frame of reference, it's going to look a little bit like a computer-generated character. And that's why I was a little bit on the fence about the special effects, because he looked like a special effects-generated character. He didn't have the same feel, natural movements that you would see that they spent a lot of time doing in other characters, whether it be Lord of the Rings with Golem, or whether it be the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel movies, or Thanos, or anyone like that. So I have to say that was a little bit of a miss. Now, Dr. Robotnik's robots, special effects for the vehicles, nailed it. Great job there. I was watching this movie, and at no point did I ever think Dr. Robotnik's robots weren't really in those rooms, and they weren't really causing havoc. Very strong plus for the special effects when it comes to the robots, etc., etc. The way that Sonic interacted with the other characters was believable, so I have to give this half a nerd flag. Can't give it a full nerd flag because there were times in the movie that the special effects kind of pulled me a little bit away. Hey, what's up, villain? How you doing? Yes, as you can tell, yay Sonic. So half a nerd flag for the special effects in Sonic the Hedgehog, giving us 2.5 nerd flags so far. Let's move on to the most important part of any nerd movie. That's going to be the story. Now, this story could have gone two ways. It could have been just complete garbage, because that's what happens with most video game movies, or they could have given us something fresh, original, and new. Well, Sonic delivers, believe it or not. Yes, Sonic delivers a fresh, original, new take on something that could have gone horribly wrong and just taken directly from the comic book. This actually had a really good story. I was actually engaged in this video game / family movie. I thought that the story got you to want to see what was going to happen next. You like Sonic. You liked his story. You liked what was going on. You liked Dr. Robotnik. You liked every portion of the story up until the very end. I have to say, as far as the story goes, save for the after credits, I considered myself a nerd, and the guy sitting next to me yesterday, just some random nerd, pulled my nerd card. This guy squealed at the end of the nerd credits. I wish I could have done a spoiler-free with him right then and there, because this guy literally sat next to me and squealed. I don't know who you are, nerd guy, but man, he took my nerd card because he was hella excited at the end of the credit. So, one very enthusiastic nerd flag for this story. It's fresh, it's original, it's something that you will enjoy. This is a good family movie, it's a good action movie. It's one of the few first video game movies that I've actually enjoyed and didn't feel like it was just a complete rehash of the video game, or they tried to move too far away from the video game, making it complete garbage. This movie delivers on the story. One nerd flag for the acting, one nerd flag for the action, half for the special effects, one nerd flag for the story in this movie. 3.5 nerd flags for Sonic the Hedgehog. Great movie, enjoyable movie. I strongly recommend that you go see it, whether you watch it by yourself, you watch it with your family, you watch it with your kids. Definitely gotta watch Sonic the Hedgehog. If you love this shirt, and I know you do, you can get it half off at hashtag I am N.W.O. Just type that in. IamN.W.O.com is where you can find this shirt or plenty of other Nerd World Order shirts. It's half off right now, and if you use the promo code Sonic, you get free shipping. Half off and free shipping. I'm going crazy because I love this movie so much. So until next time, ladies, gentlemen, Knights of the Nerd World Order, it's so good to be back doing movie reviews again. So, I am N.W.O., we are N.W.O., and very soon, once again, let your nerd flag fly.